Starting the presentation, okay? P71 and P75, they have not yet joined. I think rest of the others have joined. So is it visible to all?
Yes, sir.
See the presentation. Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So today we'll be discussing about the line capacity, throughput, and the IT applications in the operations. Now, what do you understand by line capacity? Line capacity means the number of trains that can be run on a section in 24 hours. So each section has a certain capacity of running trains, and the number of trains which can be run in a period of 24 hours in a section, that is called the line capacity of the section. Now, there are different ways to calculate line capacity. First is the maximum line capacity. That is, this is the maximum number of trains that can be plotted in the master chart, so that it is impossible to introduce even a single train. So I told you about the master chart when we discussed the control office working. In the master chart, if you plot the number of paths or the number of trains which can be plotted, so that if we plot all the trains such that there is no possibility of adding any more trains in the section, then that capacity will be the maximum line capacity of the. Then practical line capacity. This is number of trains which can be run on a given section in practice. Now, what is practically possible, that has to be seen. In case of practical line capacity, we will calculate it in such a way that the number of trains which can be run on a given section in practice, how much practically it is possible, that has to be seen. This can be derived from maximum line capacity by making allowances for maintenance of P-way, time required for operational exigencies, irregularities, etc. So, if we keep time for all these things, for maintenance of P-way, any other operational exigency or irregularity, then if we make allowances for all these activities, then whatever the line capacity is left, that will be the practical line capacity of the cell. In general, in railways, line capacity means practical line capacity. So for all practical purposes, we take practical line capacity as the line capacity in railways. Now, what is economic line capacity? When line capacity is underutilized, increase in train services follow the pattern of law of increasing returns due to more intensive utilization of fixed assets. So if the line capacity is not fully utilized, and as we increase the number of train services, our revenues will increase. We get more returns due to more intensive utilization of fixed assets. So whatever our assets are, tracks, signaling, OHE, etc., they are fixed assets. And if we increase the line capacity utilization, we are getting more revenue with the same fixed cost. However, as the number of trains to be operated on a section grows larger and larger, and the section starts getting saturated, it becomes more and more difficult to increase the train services without increasing the time loss in train operation. But if we keep on increasing the number of trains in a section, there will be a point when the section will become saturated. And after that, it will become more and more difficult to increase the train services without increasing any time loss. Time loss means retention to other trains. So after a certain point of time, when the section is saturated, increasing further the number of trains will lead to detention of other trains. As a result, the utilization efficiency of rolling stock and the train crew decreases, and maintenance costs of the track, our costs will increase. Why? Because utilization efficiency of rolling stock will get down because of all the detentions, and the utilization efficiency of crew will also go down because of the various detentions caused by excessive line capacity utilization. This leads to gradual increase in the transportation cost per train kilometer. So beyond a point, beyond the saturation point, there will be gradual increase of transportation cost per train kilometer as we add more number of trains. The optimum number of trains which can be run on the section economically is the economic line capacity. So this is the definition of economic line capacity, that how many trains we can run in a section economically. Now, calculation of line capacity. How line capacity has to be calculated. Following are the commonly used methods for calculating line capacity of a section. First is the Scott's formula. The Scott's formula is line capacity C is equal to 1440 divided by capital T plus small t and multiplied by E. Now, what are these terms? E is the running time of the slowest goods train over the critical block section. So what we have to take a critical block section in the section. What is the critical block section? Critical block section is the block section in which may be the longest of the all the block sections, and the trains, they are taking maximum time in the section because of its length, or there may be some other speed restrictions also. So the block section in which the trains are taking maximum time, that will be the critical block section of the entire section. And T is the running time of the slowest goods train over the critical block section. The slowest goods train passing in the section which is taking capital time T in the critical block section. Then small t is the block operation time. How much time is taken by for giving line clear to the other train after the earlier train has passed completely. So once the earlier train it has arrived or passed through the station, in how much time can we give the line clear to the next train, and how much time it will take to depart or to enter the block section. So that is called the block operation. Small t is the block operation time, and E is the efficiency factor. So if we look again at the formula, can anyone guess what is the significance of 1440? How this figure has been arrived at 1440?
Minutes in 24 hours.
Yes, you're right. The number of minutes in 24 hours are 1440. So accordingly, you can guess that the capital T and small t, they also have to be taken in minutes. So to calculate line capacity, capital T will also be in minutes, small t will also be in minutes, and 1440 is the number of minutes in the entire day. From Scott's formula, we can see the line capacity increases if we decrease the time. Please switch off your mics. We are getting an echo. Please switch off. All of you should switch off your mics. From Scott's formula, we can see that line capacity increases if we decrease running time capital T, block operation time T, and increase the efficiency factor T. So to increase the line capacity of a section, we have to reduce capital T and small t, and we have to increase the efficiency factor T. Now, how can we reduce capital T? It can be achieved by reducing length of block section. So if we are able to reduce the length of critical block section by providing some intermediate block stations or intermediate block hut, or by increasing the speed of trains. So this is how we can reduce capital T. Now, how can we reduce small t? Block operation time can be reduced by provision of tokenless block instruments, because some time, more time is taken for getting the token, giving the token to the crew. So you will study about all these block instruments whenever you will study about signaling. So there are various types of block instrument, and if we use tokenless block instruments, our block operation time will be reduced. Then panel interlocking may also be used, automatic signaling may be used. So all these will reduce the block operation time. Now, how can we increase E? Efficiency factor E can be increased by timetable improvements. So how good, or how if we make proper timetables, our efficiency E will be higher. Then maintenance practices can be improved, improving staff efficiency, yard and terminal improvements, provisions of simultaneous reception, additional loops, etc. All these will lead to increase in efficiency, and the efficiency factor E will also be improved. Now, what is the charting method? Charting method is the most reliable method of calculating line capacity. The train paths are plotted in a time distance graph for 24 hours. So as I told you, we can take a master chart, and the train, all the train paths which are possible, they are plotted on the chart for 24 hours. First, paths of all scheduled express passenger trains are plotted. Then scheduled goods trains are plotted. After that, other paths are plotted, as many as possible in the chart. Line capacity by charting is more accurate, as this method takes into account all the peculiarities of a given section. So the charting method is more accurate. Why? Because it takes into account all the peculiarities. The Scott's formula, it is a general formula. It doesn't take into account if there is any specific feature or any peculiarity in the section. The charting method is more accurate. It should not be less than the line capacity as per Scott's formula, which is based on the slowest moving train over the critical section. Because in Scott's formula, we are using the slowest moving train, the time taken by the slowest moving train in a critical block section, that is taken. So Scott's formula, it gives a very conservative estimate of the line capacity. So the line capacity arrived by charting method, it should not be less than the line capacity arrived by Scott's formula. It will always be more than what we are getting by Scott's formula. In Indian Railways, line capacity is calculated based on charting method. So that is why, since charting method is more accurate, we are using charting method for calculating line capacity. A section can be considered saturated when it is running more than 90% of line capacity arrived by charting. So if by using charting method, if we find that the line capacity is more than 90%, then we can say that the section is saturated. Now, how can we increase the line capacity of a section? First is by incurring expenditure. Some expenditure will be involved in all these methods which we are going to discuss. So first is to reduce the block section. The critical block section has the capital time T, which is the time taken by the slowest moving goods train in the critical block section. So if we can reduce the length of critical block section, our capital T will reduce and our line capacity will increase. So by reducing the block section, we can increase the line capacity. Then to improve the speed of trains, the slowest moving goods train, its speed can be increased, then also capital T will reduce, reducing the line capacity. To provide the automatic signals. So providing automatic signals will reduce the block operation time. That is small t. To provide extra corridor. If we are able to provide extra corridor, there will be an alternate route available for the trains to move, and the number of trains in the earlier section, the original section, will reduce. As the number of trains reduce, our line capacity will improve. Then increasing use of modern signaling system, that will also reduce the block operation time and increase the line capacity. Then provision of train describer. Train describer system, it gives information about all the trains running in the section. So as the staff will be more informed, the control staff, it is more informed about all the trains, they will take more efficient decision and our efficiency factor will go high. So increase in efficiency factor will increase the line capacity. Then CTC, what is CTC? Centralized traffic control. So if we employ centralized traffic control on double line, our efficiency will go high and line capacity will increase. Then improving speed of goods trains, that is also quite obvious that if we can increase the speed of slowest moving goods train, the line capacity will increase. Then use of EMU and DMU for stopping trains. So for the passenger trains which are stopping at all these stations, at almost all these stations, then if we use EMU and DMU, they have very high acceleration and deceleration. So they take very less time to achieve the maximum permissible speed, and they also take very less time to come to halt at any station. So acceleration, deceleration time will reduce, and that will improve our block operation time. Because block operation time, it depends on the time a train takes to achieve its maximum permissible speed. Because that will add to the block operation time, because after departure, and it will increase the capital T also, because the train will, if the deceleration or acceleration is slow, the train will take more time in the. Then provision of AWS, that is the auxiliary warning system, that will also increase our efficiency factor E and increase the line capacity. Provision of anti-collision device, all these methods, they will improve the efficiency factor. Then provision of panel interlocking, route relay interlocking, electronic interlocking, and SSI. SSI is solid state interlocking. So all these methods are there for improving the efficiency. By increasing CSL or CSR, this is the length of loop line basically. The CSR is the standing room available at the stations of all the running lines at all the stations here. So if we can increase the capacity of loop lines, then also our efficiency will improve and line capacity can be improved. Then what are the methods without incurring expenditure? Proper planning, proper controlling. So planning and proper controlling, they will lead to increase in efficiency. Then proper efficiency, timetabling, proper maintenance of instruments, all the block instruments and other equipment equipments, if they are properly maintained, our efficiency will go high. To reduce the time in block operation, small t will be reduced. To reduce the crossings and precedences. So if in a single line section, if we are able to reduce the crossings and precedences, the detention to the trains will go down and the line capacity will increase. By implementing management information system. So by having a good management information system, we can get proper feedback about, or we can monitor the movement of trains in a better way. That will also lead to increase in the efficiency and increase in the line capacity. By introducing new software through development of IT. So a lot of new softwares are being developed by using IT. We'll be discussing about those softwares. They will also increase the efficiency of operation. By using new techniques in infrastructure. So whatever infrastructure is being used, like signaling infrastructure or track infrastructure, if we use new techniques, then also our efficiency will. By not using separate traction for different sections. If we have a single traction throughout the journey of the train, we will not have to change the locomotive. Speed differentials will not be there. So that will also reduce that will increase the efficiency and also increase time capacity. To run heavy haul goods trains. Now, what are the advantages of heavy haul goods train? We are carrying more commodities on a single path. So instead of carrying the commodities, say in 10 number of trains, we can carry the same commodity maybe in 5, 6 or 7 number of trains. Our throughput will increase, number of trains will reduce, and that will increase the line capacity. As line capacity works involve huge investments and long gestation periods, planning for such works has to be done with meticulous care to avoid traffic bottlenecks on one hand and uncalled for expenditure on the other hand. So generally all the line capacity works which we discussed, which involve expenditure, they require huge investments and they have long gestation periods. The results, they take very long time to be achieved. So planning has to be done very meticulously, and we have to avoid, while carrying out these works, lot of traffic bottlenecks will also be created, which has to be taken care of, and no wasteful expenditure is there that has to be ensured. So it is necessary to follow the sequence given below to increase capacity. Organizational and operating measures to ensure optimal utilization of the existing operating assets as follows. Timetable improvements. So first of all, we'll go for the timetable improvements by reducing number of crossings, precedences, etc. So whatever timetable improvements can be done, that will be the first step. Then reducing disparity in intersectional running times. So if there is any disparity in running times, that has to be reduced. Then review of sectional running times. How much time trains are taking in each of the section, that has to be reviewed. So if a train is taking more time in a particular section, the reasons have to be looked at. If there is any speed restriction or if there some improvement in track can be done, some improvement in signaling can be done, that can be thought of. Then improving efficiency of the staff. Then efficient operation of yards, stations and terminals. They lead the efficiency factor, increasing the line capacity. Then improved maintenance of equipment. Monitoring of trains by officers and inspectors. All these will lead to the improved efficiency and increased line capacity. Now, what are the technical measures which can be taken? First is signaling and interlocking equipments. We can improve the signaling and interlocking in such a way that our dock operation time is reduced and we can increase the line capacity. Motive power improvements, locomotives may be improved, higher hauling capacity locomotive may be used. Then there can be some civil engineering improvements, which include opening additional crossing stations that will reduce the length of the dock section. Then strengthening the permanent bridges. So that will, once we strengthen the P-way and bridges, our speed restrictions will go down and the time taken in the critical block section will be reduced. Then improvements in alignment, eliminating surface road crossings, removing speed restrictions, providing 1 in 16 turnouts to permit higher speeds on loop lines. If we have 1 in 16 turnouts, higher speeds can be achieved on loop lines. That will also reduce the time taken in the critical section. Then easing of gradients. So the loco pilots, they will not have to reduce the speed of trains on gradients if the gradients are eased. Patch doubling can be done. Doubling of a section is not undertaken in one stage, but in phases. Generally, if we have to go for doubling of an entire section, we will not go for doubling in a single, in one go. We will go for patch doubling. So some parts of the sections will plan double line for a part of the section, and that is called patch doubling. The work being called phase doubling or patch doubling. Instead of going for double line in the entire section in one go, we'll go for patch doubling in various parts of the section, and accordingly the entire section will be converted into double line. Then doubling, tripling, and quadruple line. So by wherever there is a single line section, if it is saturated, we can provide additional line, that is we can go for double line. And if the double line sections, they are also saturated, then we can have one more line and we can go for triple line. There are some sections, some triple line sections also which are saturated, particularly in suburban areas. So there we go for one more line and we can have quadruple line. So likewise, we can increase the number of lines to increase the line capacity, but it is a very costly proposition. It is the last step that all other measures have been adopted, and still the line capacity constraints are there. Then we can go for additional lines, double line, triple line, or quadruple line. Now, what is throughput? The throughput of a section is the total quantum of traffic which can be transported over the section in a period of 24 hours. So how much traffic can be transported over the section in a period of 24 hours? What was line capacity? It was the number of trains. The number of trains which may be empty, loaded, passenger trains, mail express trains. So all kinds of trains which can be passed in 24 hours, that was the line capacity. Now, what is throughput? Throughput is the quantum of traffic, the actual traffic, which may be passengers, which may be goods. So how much actual traffic which can be transported over the section in a period of 24 hours, that will be throughput of the. Number of passenger, or if each passenger is traveling a certain distance, then if we add up all those distances, we'll get the passenger kilometers or the passenger throughput. The passenger throughput is calculated in terms of passenger kilometer. How much each passenger is traveling, That distance is added up for all the passengers and we'll get the total passenger throughput in terms of passenger kilometers. Passenger throughput is equal to number of passengers traveled into average distance they traveled in kilometer. That is the formula for passenger throughput. The goods throughput may be expressed in terms of number of wagons moved or gross ton kilometers or net ton kilometers carried over a section. So either we can have the number of wagons moved, wagons may be empty, loaded, both conditions may be there. Then gross ton kilometer, what is difference between gross ton and net ton? Gross ton includes the weight of wagon also. If we take gross tonnage of the train, the weight of the tare weight of wagons, that will also be included in that. However, in net ton, we'll take only the weight of commodity, the payload. Payload which is loaded in the wagons, that will only be taken for net tonnage. So that is more important because why? Because we are getting revenue out of the commodity only. We are not getting any revenue by the weight of wagons which is moved in the section. We are getting only the revenue out of the commodity. How much commodity is loaded and can be carried in a section, that will decide that how much revenue we will be getting. Generally, throughput in railways refers to goods throughput for day-to-day operation. So, if we are using only the term throughput, generally it will refer to the goods throughput only in day-to-day operations and is expressed in terms of number of wagons. However, for commercial transactions, it is expressed in terms of net ton kilometer. Why? Because commercial transactions, they indicate the revenue, they indicate earning. Earning we will get out of net ton kilometers only. Net ton kilometer, it indicates the ultimate productive work done by the railways. Now, what are the advantages of higher throughput? Wagon utilization increases. If we are able to achieve higher throughput, our wagon utilization will increase. We are able to carry more number of wagons in a day through a section. Then there will be increase in railway revenue as our net ton kilometer, if it increases, then our railway revenue will also increase. Yard sectional congestions ease. So since we are able to move more number of wagons, our mobility will improve. The congestion in the yards or the ineffective wagons lying in the yard, they will reduce. And the congestion in the yards and section, that will also reduce. Reliability will increase. We'll be able to meet the customer demands. If a certain transit time is decided or agreed upon, then it can be met. So our reliability will increase. Otherwise, we are not able to increase our throughput. We will not be sure whether our goods train it will reach the destination at a particular time or not. So our reliability will increase as we are able to increase the throughput. Customer is satisfied and repose confidence on railways. So as our reliability increases, the customer will be satisfied and it will have confidence on the railways. The cost of transport of freight reduces. Since we are carrying more number of goods, our mobility is improving and that will reduce the average cost of transport. As the mobility improves, the average cost of transport reduces. The interchange commitments with adjoining railways are fulfilled. So whatever commitments we are having with the adjoining railways, we can fulfill them. Otherwise, if our throughput is not good, we will not be able to meet the commitments. What are interchange commitments? The number of trains which we commit to hand over to the adjacent division, or we are ready to take over from the adjacent division. So if our throughput is not good, we will not be able to move trains which have been committed to be handed over at a interchange point to the adjacent division. So to meet the interchange commitments, our throughput should be good. So what are the steps to improve throughput? Running more number of trains. If we increase the number of trains, we will increase the number of passengers which we are carrying. We will increase the number of commodities we are carrying, or the quantity of commodities which we are carrying. So that will increase our throughput. First is to utilize the section capacity fully by running trains with CC load. What is CC? CC is the carrying capacity. So if the trains are fully loaded as per their carrying capacity, the amount of or the quantity of commodities which we are carrying in the section, that will go up. It will increase the throughput. Discourage light engine movements by ensuring that every engine carries sufficient load. So if we are carrying light engine, we are not getting any throughput because no load is attached to it. If it is going light, then there is no load attached to it. So that will not add to the throughput. It will only eat away the paths available. So if every engine is carrying sufficient load, then only throughput can be maximized. Adopt vigorous marketing strategies. If we are able to adopt vigorous marketing strategies, we can attract more commodities, we can attract more traffic, and that will increase the throughput. Timely ordering of trains. If the trains are ordered timely, then we will not lose any path in the section. So if the section is saturated and the trains are timely ordered as per the path available, then more number of trains can be run in the section and throughput will increase. Keeping targets periodically and monitoring. So if all the targets they are kept periodically and monitored, then we will be able to run more number of trains, more throughput can be achieved. Offer of incentives to efficient staff, running crack special trains. All these measures will increase throughput by achieving more efficiency. I told you about crack trains during freight train operations also. So if a staff is running efficiently, if the running staff, that is the crew, we are running efficiently, they need not be changed at the nominated crew change point, and they can take the train up to the next crew changing point. So that will increase the efficiency, reduce the detentions, and increase the throughput. Then switching over traction from diesel to AC. So that will also increase the hauling capacity of locomotive and improve the throughput. To utilize more HP means more horsepower or locomotives with more hauling capacity to run trains with high speed. So as the speed improves, the throughput also increases. Then apart from measures taken for augmentation of line capacity, trailing load has to be increased to improve throughput. So improving throughput doesn't mean just improving the line capacity. Besides increasing the line capacity, the trailing load also has to be increased to overall improvement in the throughput. Inducting high capacity diesel and electric locomotives and multiple operation of locomotives. So by using high capacity diesel, electrical, and by using multiple operations means multiple locomotives, maybe 2 or 3 locomotives if they are a heavy haul train, then our speeds will improve and our throughput will increase. An improved rolling stock with CBC coupling and drawbar capacity of 80 tons or more. So with better CBC couplings and better drawbar capacities, we will be the locomotives, they will be able to haul more loads. So heavy haul operations, they are possible if we are using better stock with better CBC couplings and drawbar capacity. Improved roller bearing on rolling stock. That will also increase the speeds. Increasing carrying capacity of rolling stock without much increase in length or tear weight. So if we are able to use light wagons, if the tear weight is not increased or if it can be reduced somehow, we can carry more, more commodities or more payload with the same axle load. So that will also increase the throughput. Improved braking system, that is air brake or disc brake system, they can be used to maintain desirable braking distance. That will also help in increasing the speeds and increasing the throughput for heavy haul trains or bulky trains. Then increasing permissible axle load and permissible moving dimensions by civil engineering law. So if we are able to increase the moving dimensions or the axle load, what is the axle load? The load of wagon which is coming on each axle. So if it is an 8-wheeler wagon and there are 4 axles, then the total load of the wagon, if it is divided by 4, that will be the axle load of the wagon. So if the permissible axle load is increased, or if the moving dimension, that is the dimensions of the wagons or the permitted dimensions of the wagon, they are increased, we can carry more commodities in the wagon and our throughput will. Increasing loop capacity and strengthening the loop lines. So if we are able to increase the length of loop lines and we are able to strengthen them, we can carry longer trains. We can have long haul train movements, and we can also carry heavy haul trains if we are able to strengthen the loop line. Improved system of communication between engine crew, train staff, station master, and controller. Better communication will increase the efficiency and that will increase the throughput. Adequate terminal capacity and facility to deal with heavy haul operation. Heavy haul operation, they increase the throughput. We should have better terminal capacity and facilities at the terminals to deal with heavy haul operations. And rescheduling and curtailing running of slow stopping passenger trains on heavy haul routes or on dedicated tracks. So if there are any slow stopping passenger trains moving on routes where heavy haul trains are plying, then they'll create unnecessary hindrance in the movement of these trains, heavy haul trains. So if the passenger trains, they can be curtailed or if they can be rescheduled in such a way that the movement of heavy haul trains is not affected, then we can increase the throughput. Integrated mega blocks to prevent frequent departmental maintenance blocks. So I told you about the integrated blocks in the session on control working. So if by integration, frequent blocks by different departments, they can be avoided. And in one integrated block, all departments, they can carry out their maintenance activities simultaneously. So by having integrated mega blocks, the number of blocks will reduce and it will increase the throughput in the section. Upgradation and modernization of techniques and methods of attending to troubleshooting and breakdowns. So if we are able to upgrade the existing techniques and modernize them such that the breakdowns are reduced and if the troubleshooting is improved, then the requirement for repairs will also go down. So that will increase the efficiency and the throughput. Upgradation in the skill and knowledge of train running and train passing staff. So better knowledge, it will lead to better efficiency and better throughput. Now let us discuss about some of the IT applications which are used in operation. The first is the National Train Inquiry System or NTS. Must have heard about it. Now, what are the challenges for having a National Train Inquiry System? To keep the travelers informed about the updated train schedules. So, the passengers or the travelers, they should be regularly updated about the train schedules. What are the timings, arrival, departure, etc. They need to be regularly updated. Then dissemination of information to public about the trains cancelled and diverted. So, because of any emergency or any abnormal weather condition or any accident, there may be some cancellation of trains, regulation of trains, diversion of trains, etc. The public needs to be informed about it. Because generally such diversions, cancellations, regulation of trains, etc. takes place without any warning, without any pre-warning. So the public or the passengers who intend to travel in such trains, they need to be informed as quickly as possible. To facilitate passengers by providing expected train arrival, public departure timings at the. So if we want to facilitate the passengers by providing expected time, so the passengers would who has to board a train at a particular station, they need to know the expected time of arrival and departure timings at a station so that their time is not wasted, and in case any train is late, they need not come to the station and wait for the train. So it is very important to provide the expected timing of arrival of trains and departure timings at various stations. To track live current running status of any train on Indian Railways network. So, how the train is running, that is also very important for the passenger. To provide live current running status of any train on the railways network to the passengers, that is also a challenge. At times, for reasons beyond the control of Indian Railways, the trains gets delayed, rescheduled, cancelled, or diverted. So it has been a challenging task and need of the hour to communicate the same to commuters system. So whatever delay may be there, maybe because of any equipment failure or maybe due to any other operational reasons, the trains are delayed, rescheduled, cancelled, diverted, etc. So all that information needs to be communicated to the passengers in a systematic way. The objective of NTES system is to empower passengers and citizens by consistently disseminating near real-time passenger train information on Indian Railways in an effective, reliable, and user-friendly manner. So whatever passenger train running information is there, it has to be disseminated to the passengers and the other citizens in a effective, reliable. It has to be reliable also, so that people should have faith on it, and user-friendly manner. It should not be very complicated. Whatever information which is being accessed by the passengers, it has to be given in a user-friendly manner, keeping in view the changing user needs and the technological advancements. To provide passengers complete schedule of single all trains with all stoppages and route. So whatever the schedule of stoppages, uh, maybe for a single train or all the trains running in the section, the passengers may require to know it. So all the information about the stoppages and route and the complete schedule has to be made available to the. So it is made available by NTES to provide commuters the expected train arrival departure in next 2, 4, 6 or 8 hours at a station. So in the next 2 hours, next 4 hours, next 6 or next 8 hours, how many trains are coming, what is their arrival, departure timings, etc. That is provided by NTES. Then facilitate information dissemination through multiple channels, namely display boards, mobile apps, inquiry counter, etc. They are provided using NTS. So display boards, you must have seen many display boards at the stations for the use of passengers. Then there are mobile apps available, various mobile apps which provide information to the passengers. Inquiry counter, face-to-face inquiry counter are there at stations where a passenger can go and have face-to-face interaction. So those passengers who are not very computer literate or not very good at using the mobile apps and the computers, they can have face-to-face interaction at the inquiry counters at the stations and get all the information related to passenger train running. To keep travelers informed about live train running status and partial full cancellations. So whatever is the running status of the train, that is to be informed to the passengers. Any partial or full cancellation of trains. Partial cancellation means the train is running not from the scheduled originating station to the scheduled departure. Its journey may be curtailed. So some portion of the journey may be curtailed. So that will be called partial cancellation. And fully cancelled means the train will not run at all. So such partial full cancellations and route divergence along with end-to-end train availability, that is also informed to the customers by NTES. So there is a feature on NTES which is spot your train. This option provides information about a running train. So any running train, if you want to get information that the passenger wants information about a specific train, then you can use this feature for your train. Current running status and expected time of arrival, expected time of departure, and the queried station can be easily known through this query. So how the train is running, what is the current running status, what is the expected time of arrival or expected time of departure, that is ETA and ETD, of the train at a queried station, means a specific station. The passenger can choose any specific station, and what will be the expected time of arrival or expected time of departure of that train at a particular station, that can be easily known by using this query. Google Map feature has also been made available to track the running of trains on run. So we can use the Google Map feature also. So the trains can be plotted on the Google Map. You can know about the running on the Google Map also. Partially cancelled routes and diverted routes are also shown in case of such exception. So if there is any partial cancellation, on which route the train will be partially cancelled, and if the train is diverted, if the train was supposed to run on a particular route and it is diverted to some other route, that route can also be shown in case of any such exceptions. So this is the screen which we get after using this feature, spot your train. For example, in case of Mumbai Rajdhani Express 12952, the screen is showing that the journey of train from New Delhi to Mumbai Central on a particular date. So it started from New Delhi at 16:25, and the timing shown in red, it indicates the expected time of arrival and expected time of departure. So at Kota, the scheduled time was 21:05 and 21:14 is the expected arrival time. This is the scheduled arrival time, this is the expected arrival time. Likewise, 21:10 is the scheduled departure time and 21:25 is the actual or the expected departure time. So for each station, you can have the scheduled arrival and scheduled departure time and the expected time of arrival and expected time of departure. It can be known for each and every station in the route, as is shown in the picture. So if it is shown in green, that it means that the train is expected to arrive either before time or right time. Any train arriving before time or right time, it will be shown in green, like shown at Vadodara for this train. Now, train schedule. This provides complete schedule of a given train with all its public stoppages en route and scheduled arrival departure at the stations, distance and day count. So, if we want to know the complete schedule of the train, what are the stoppages en route? What is the scheduled arrival and departure time at all these stoppage stations where stoppages have been provided? And what is the distance between the stations? And day count means on which day it is arriving at a particular station. So the day count can also be known. This is the example given for Mahabodhi Express from New Delhi to Gaya. So you can see all the stoppage stations where it is having stoppages, they are shown along with their codes. Then the arrival timings, they are shown. Departure timings are shown. Day count is also shown, that whether it is arriving on and departing on the first day or the second day. The distance from New Delhi of each of the station is shown. Uh, all this information about the train schedule is available to the passengers. Then train between stations. This option covers all trains defined on Indian Railways. Using this option, one can find out the list of all types of trains available between any two stations. So if you want to find out that how many trains are available between any pair of two stations, then you can find out using this feature. For example, if we want to find out that how many trains are available from New Delhi to CSMT. CSMT is Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Terminus, which is Mumbai. So all the trains which are available from New Delhi to CSMT, they can be seen using this feature. These are the trains. Some of the trains only I have shown. These are three of the trains, like Haridwar to LTT Lokmanya Tilak Terminal Superfast Express. This is one of the trains. Then there is Punjab Mail also available. Its timings are also shown. Then Goa Sampark Kranti Express is available. Its timings are also shown. Then display boards are provided at the stations. Train arrival, departure timings, delay and platform number information is disseminated to passengers through display boards. Various display boards are available at the stations, which are installed on platforms and within the station premises, which use the NTS service. So whatever information is available on the NTS, that will only be displayed and shown to the passengers who are there at the station. This is a display board which is showing all these trains. Their names are also shown and their departure timings. Their departure timings, they are also shown. Then live station. This is a feature. This option replicates the display boards at the stations. One can see the trains expected to arrive, depart at any station in next 2, 4, 6 or 8 hours. So how many trains which are expected to arrive or depart at any station in the next 2, 4, 6 or 8 hours, that can be seen using this feature. Exceptional trains. This option provides information about all the exceptions in the day-to-day running of trains, including cancelled trains. So whatever exceptional running, cancellation, diversion, rescheduling, all such information about any such trains, that can be accessed using this. Then mobile apps are available. First official mobile app of Indian Railways for train inquiry was indigenously developed by CRIS. CRIS is the Center for railway information systems. Or the most commonly used mobile platforms, that is Android, Windows, and iOS. And website is also available. This is the web interface available, inquiry.indianrail.gov.in, which offers quick and easy access to essential information for passengers, has been largely appreciated for speed, simplicity, and richness of information and enhanced user experience. So it is a very good site. I think all of you must also be using it. Inquiry. Public can do face-to-face inquiry at inquiry counter at stations, facilitating train-related information through NTS terminal or IVRS-based 139 call centers. So face-to-face inquiry can be done for those who are not very computer literate. They can go and go to the stations and have face-to-face inquiry at the inquiry counters, or IVRS-based 139 call centers can also be used. IVRS means interactive voice response system. So there will be some recorded messages will be there, and you call 139, you can get the desired information from the call centers. Now, what are the benefits? Wide reach. It has a very wide reach. The NTS has a very wide reach. 23 million passengers traveling on Indian Railways every day are the direct beneficiaries of this initiative. With growth in passenger traffic on Indian Railways over the years and sharp rise in internet users, the applicability of and dependency on the system has increased tremendously. So, when all the passenger trains were running, this app was being heavily used because it is very convenient for the passengers, and it is very user friendly also. So its applicability and its dependency on NTS tremendously. Customer convenience. The new interface provides quick and easy access to essential information for passengers. So it is very convenient for the passengers. Mobility. Mobile app serves passenger inquiries with authentic, reliable, and near real-time information while he is on move at no cost. All the informations they are provided at no cost, real-time, reliably, and authentically. No more long queries at inquiry counters are available. So we don't require to have long queues at the inquiry counters. All the information is available through mobile apps. Then no more chargeable long inquiry calls are required. And real-time information can also be given along with train running position, arrival departure of trains at stations, and train schedule. It also provides crucial information on exceptional, occasional, and special events on real-time basis. So whatever information on exceptional, occasional, and special events is required, that can be given on real-time basis. These are some of the statistics. Daily page views are 20 crore plus. Concurrent users are 80,000 plus. And app downloads are 8 million plus. This is the mobile app which is available. It has all the features. It can be used on mobile also. This is the information for Spot Your Train, which is available on mobile. Now we discuss about FOIS, the Freight Operations Information System. What are the challenges? To automate the freight operations and booking activities. The indent, that is indenting, the registration of indents, allotment, rake supply, loading, etc. All these activities, they can be automated. To digitalize the freight commercial aspects, namely charges, calculation, and collection, including rebates, demurrage, wharfage, incentive, discounts, issue of railway receipts, and more. So all the commercial aspects, they are also digitalized. That is calculation of charges, calculation of various rebates, demurrage, wharfage, issuing of railway receipts. All these can be done electronically and digitally. To monitor the fleet of Indian Railway wagons, freight trains, locomotives, and movement of freight trains across stations, freight loading points. It can be done. All the monitoring of movement of freight trains can be done. B2B integration. B2B is business to business integration with other logistic partners for exchange of information. This can also be done. To revolutionize the Indian Railway freight business by providing information for better decision making and efficient running. So it will provide information for better decision making to the customers and for the management of the Indian Railways and for the efficient running of the freight operations. What is the objective? The objective of FOI system is to be a single comprehensive IT platform for complete freight operations or formation. So it is a single comprehensive IT platform which is available for all the freight operations and information associated with it. This system covers mainly two modules. There are mainly two modules in it. One is the rate management system, that is the RMS, and the other is the terminal management system, which is TMS, for capturing operating and commercial information across Indian Railways. So whatever information may be operating or commercial is required to be captured, it can be done using these two modules. In addition to these two modules, VOICE offers many more state-of-the-art solutions to bring convenience, transparency, ease of doing business, and overall economic growth. It facilitates effective decision making through availability of timely and accurate information. So we can have very effective decision making using all the information. To make available accurate statistics regarding loading and earnings and trade. Very accurate information can be gathered. To bring transparency in allotment of rates for different commodities through system generated allocation plan. All the allotment of rates can be done in a transparent manner using system generated allocation plan. To supplement long-term planning for increasing section line capacity. So planning to increase sectional or line capacity, that can also be made using the VOICE, and long-term planning can be done. To provide continuous cargo visibility and instant access to information regarding status of consignments in transit to freight customers. So if the freight customers, they want to know information about their consignments which are in transit. So continuous cargo visibility can be done and instant access can be there to the information regarding the status of consignment for the freight customers. Then seamless B2B integrations. B2B, as I told you earlier, it is business to business integrations with internal applications, that is COA. COA is control office application. ICMS is integrated coaching management system, and CMS is crew management system. So all these applications, they can be integrated with VOICE, with sharing of data. Sharing of data can also be done. Then e-registration of index. By introduction of e-demand module today, the major customers have been provided an IT window through VOICE, which allows them to do so without visiting goods shed. So e-demand module, it allows the major customers, they are not required to visit any goods shed, and an IT window is available to them. So no railway clerks, they are involved in registration of index, or no manipulation can be done by prioritizing one's traffic over others. Then introduction of e-demand registration module marked a new beginning with majority of freight customers booking their index. Most of the freight customers, they are using this e-demand registration module. It can be used anytime and anywhere. to an easy to use interface in a more transparent manner. The applicable wagon registration fee is also realized through this module via secure IRCTC payment gateway. So, payment gateway has been provided by IRCTC, to which the wagon registration fee can also be realized. More than 43% of the total indents are being captured through this system, and almost 100% of overbooking is being done using this system. This system provides convenience and ease of doing business by helping customers save the hassles of manual visits or interactions with concerned railway staff. So it is very convenient, and it leads to ease of doing business by helping customers with all the hassles of visiting the goods shed and interacting with the railway staff. The issue of railway receipt is an integral part of Indian railway freight business, which is a legal document to be maintained by railways and customers from time of loading of goods up to delivery and for the purpose of claim. So what is railway receipt? Railway receipt is a very important legal document. It has to be, a copy has to be maintained by railways and the customers from the time of loading to the delivery of the goods, and in case of any claims also. So it is a very important document, and it can be electronically done using voice. As a practice, 4 copies of railway receipt in 132 column pre-printed stationery need to be printed and preserved for years as record by railways, and customer needs to transmit same in physical form from source to destination to take delivery of goods. So generally the railway receipt, which is prepared after calculation of the freight and all those things. So it is prepared in 4 copies, and 1 copy is given to the customer, and a copy is kept in the railways for record, and the customer earlier needed to transmit it in physical form from the source station to the destination station for taking delivery of the goods at the destination station. Now, with this feature, electronic transmission of railway receipt, the physical sending of the copy of railway receipt from the source station to destination station is not required. It can be transmitted electronically. So this feature, it is called ETRR, is a green initiative wherein railway receipts can now be digitally shared among stakeholders and kept as records for railways. It has been rolled out on pan-India basis. This initiative of process re-engineering in IR freight business brings transparency, helps maintain the highest level of data security and audit trail in the system. So, lot of transparency has come after this advent of voice, and highest level of data security and audit trail is maintained. Rake permit validation. Rake permits issued by mining departments of various state governments were earlier required to be endorsed on the railway's forwarding note for placing the indent with railway. So, for transportation of minerals and ores, some permits are required by mining departments, which were earlier endorsed physically on the railway forwarding note. The forwarding note is offered by the consignor at a freight terminal for placing the indent for wagons for loading a particular commodity. So on that forwarding note, endorsement was made by the mining department, which was called rake permit. As there was no digital record maintained at railway goods shed regarding the rake permits issued by state government, the same led to various frauds, manipulation of rake permits, and multiple loading against single rake permit. So since the digital record of railway rake permits was not maintained earlier, there were various frauds, various manipulation of rake permits, and there were multiple loadings also against a single rake permit. With the integration of voice with Department of Mines of the state government, so now this voice system, this IT application is integrated with the software used by Department of Mines of the state governments. Now, automatic verification of rake permits is possible, and the manual endorsement of forwarding notes by mining department is no longer. This has brought in transparency in operations at large and curbed chances of frauds in the process, leading to reduction in illegal transportation of ores. Now, integration with CBEC. As a policy, all freight trains are expected to undergo a payment process at originating station or en route for correctness of weights declared by customer. So all the freight trains, they are required to undergo payment. A payment is required for all the freight trains, and either at the originating station or somewhere en route wherever weighbridge is available, to ensure that the payment which has been mentioned by the consignor is correct. This is also applicable for rakes carrying import containers. It is also applicable for import containers. Import containers are being sent, it is also applicable. Any discrepancy may result in increase of train detention and reduction in efficiency. So if there is any discrepancy in the weights, which is written in the forwarding note and actually measured at a weighbridge, then it will lead to train detention. Some commodities will be required to unload it, penalty will be imposed, etc. So it will reduce the efficiency. Indian Railways through FOIS has established an electronic data interchange with the CBSE. CBSE is Central Board of Excise and Customs, through which detailed information including commodity and weight of all import containers is made available for. So there is no need to have payment again en route or at the originating station, because the payment of all the import containers is available to FOIS using the electronic data interchange with the CBSE software. Information of as many as 10,95,000 import containers is updated annually in FOIS by CBEC and is further validated against loading of same in railway wagons by container train operator. So with the help of this EDI, railway has ensured that there is correct weight by container train operators, and it incentivizes the customers by doing away with payment of such weight, thus helping railways curb any misuse of the system by digitally collecting data and using it in its business process. Now, auto rake allotment and allocation. Allotment of rakes towards customer intents need to be carried out as per railway policy guidelines in a transparent and justified manner. It has to be done in a transparent and justified manner. However, since the process has been manual for years, the same witnessed numerous complaints. So, since it was manual earlier, there were numerous complaints. To address the problem, Indian Railways through FOIS has devised an automated rake allotment system for its iron ore traffic. The IT system has been developed with all the rules of allotment pre-fed in the system and can be configured as railway policies by administrator. So the rules for allotment, they are pre-fed in the system, and the rakes will be allotted as per that system only. The system also generates the allotment plan on daily basis. Daily allotment plan can be generated. Allotment plan so generated is communicated back to customers through SMS. So whatever is planned, it is made available to the customers on SMS and email and published on the FOIS website also for transparency, for better transparency. Similarly, for coal traffic also, rakes allotted by authorities are captured in RAS, which is RAS coal, and the coal allotment along with area of coal allotment detail is being published on FOIS website. System has brought in more transparency and it helps in curbing any malpractice. Auto update of consignment weight. The payment of freight trains is a crucial operation, as I have already told you. Indian Railways through FOIS has established EDI with IT applications of various in-motion weighbridges. So all the in-motion way bridges which are there and they are having their own IT application, and EDI with all these way bridges, the IT applications of way bridges has been done. So minimum human intervention in the process, accurate freight charging based on actual weight of goods being transported by railways is accomplished. This system of exchange is highly secure on dedicated network and help railways in curbing any malpractices involved in payment of rates and charging of. An app has also been developed for railway freight customers, offering myriad of features including consignment track and trace, booking information, freight calculator, terminal details, intent outstanding, maturity information, operating restriction, performance dashboard. So many informations are available to the freight customers on this Rail Sugam mobile app. This app is available both for Android and iOS customers. App is also provided. It also provides contact detail for key contact details of key nodal officers. So if the customers want, they can talk to them. What are the benefits? Ease of doing business, simplified logistic management by extending such facilities to customer premises, and allotment of rakes for loading is now visible to freight customers. Consignment tracking is possible, continuous cargo visibility is there, instant access to information regarding status of consignment in transit can be given to freight customers. Global tracking of consignments in trains and wagons can be done. Freight KPIs monitoring can also be done. What are KPIs? KPIs are key performance indices. So monitoring of key performance indices to analyze Indian Railways freight business across different aspects. Operating and commercial performance monitoring for freight managers and overall business and operational efficiency indicators for freight customers through different application offerings, bringing transparency and ease of doing. So all the key performance indices, they can also be monitored using. This is a good management tool. The integrated freight business management tool to optimize utilization of costly assets and resources by improving distribution of rakes, wagons, locos, and scheduling and routing traffic in a cost-effective manner. A lot of information is provided. It facilitates acceptance, billing, cash accountal of freight traffic from identified nodal customer centers, which may not be handling terminals. Then accurate and uniform operating information regarding loco, wagon, yard, terminal, etc. is also available. EDI, electronic data interface with legacy systems. Commercial and operating information is shared to core ministries of Government of India and major customers to fuel their ERP systems. The partners are Ministry of Shipping, Ministry of Power, NTPC, SAIL, ACC, and more, providing bringing better coordination among all stakeholders, including rail, coal, and power ministries. So the information can be exchanged with the other ministries who are the stakeholders, the freight transportation business, like the power ministries, the coal ministries. So the information can be exchanged using the software, and it can be exchanged with the PSUs also, like NTPC, SAIL, Ministry of Power, Ministry of Shipping. So all the ministries, all the PSUs can exchange information using this software. Rake management system, it is available at 8,000 plus locations. Terminal management system is available at 3,100 plus locations. And e-payment facility, it is available with 5 nationalized and 2 private banks. Daily wagon monitoring is 2.8 lakhs. Yearly freight loading is 1.2 plus billion tons. And average daily freight loading is 343 crores. Now there are some other IT applications like COA. COA is control office application to automate the nerve center of train operations, that is the control rooms. So all the control rooms, for automation of all the control rooms, this has been developed. to ensure systematic control, monitoring and fluidity of train movements 24/7. To capture the train movements real time or near real time. So to capture all the train movements and the charting of all the trains. So the control charts are they now prepared using the control office application. Provide an analytical tool for improving operational efficiency. To design a challenging cohesive system integrable with the number of applications. So it is integrated to many other applications which are used in operations. Objective is charting of train running. This is the most important objective. Reporting of unusual events, monitoring line occupancy, caution orders, and any abnormal working. And handing over of train to the adjacent divisions. That can also be done using this COA as per its physical movement to maintain continuous flow of information. Any trains coming from the adjacent division or being handed over to adjacent division, they can be done using this COA. So the information exchange is also possible. Provision to the controllers to order trains. The controllers can order trains. That is, they can decide the schedule timing of departure of a train. They can forecast or extrapolate the running of trains. Then the system must be able to share all data of train movements, VPC, caution order, train order, regulation, stabling, yarding, schedule modification, divergence, etc. in between respective applications. All these can be done. The COA requires the controllers to enter data related to the train operations as they receive information from the control points or station. The stations, they report the arrival and departure timings of various trains, and these data they are entered by the section controllers in the control office applications. The application charts the running of the train. It prepares an electronic chart in a section and also generates the advanced forecast based on various operational parameters. The train is then virtually handed over to the adjacent division. It is virtually handed over on the system as per its physical movement to maintain continuous flow of information. Key features of the application include the ability of the controller to order trains, view all possible routes, divert or reroute trains if required. The application has the facility for capturing and viewing details of consist or composition of train. They can be viewed, and details of the crew and locomotive they can also be viewed using this software. Reporting of unusual events is enabled through user-friendly interface. There is also a chart that shows details of line occupancy, caution orders, and abnormal working. One of the key elements of the application is the ability to forecast or extrapolate the running of trains. We can forecast or extrapolate also, so that all the crossings, precedences, they can be planned by the section controller in a better way. Then for managerial supervision, the charts can be printed. There is a facility for printing of the charts also, and structured MIS reports can also be generated. CO has been designed to facilitate its integration with other applications. Integration with the other applications is possible. What are the integration services? All applications like voice, ICMS, NTS, PAM, RTIS, RAMLOT, CMS, they are integrated with COA. Train BPC, caution order, train order, regulation, stabling, yarding, train schedule, all these can be shared in the respective application. The TSR data is sent to COA divisional server, and further this data updates in NTS, voice, and ICMS. So all these softwares they have been integrated. What are the benefits? Automation. It improves the drudgery of manual system of drawing control charts with various color pencils. So earlier, manual charts were prepared using various colored pencils and rulers. Now that manual system, it has been dispensed with, and this electronic system is used for charting of trains. Information availability, all details of train running in a section are available, which helps to make more informed decisions quickly. Quick information is possible, that is quick reference tools such as blocks, cautions, loco details, crew details, stable regulated trains, siding position. It reduces the retrieval time of information. Then various alerts can be given. Alerts such as more than stipulated hours on run, etc. help controller in planning. So if a crew is about to complete 10 hours of its duty, then an alert can be generated using the system to the section controller. It reduces time taken for shift changing. For any shift change of the section controllers, it will reduce the time because not much of information is required to be exchanged at the time of shift change. It is paperless. Use of paper has been reduced for charting, etc. And it is accurate and prompt. COA system has made train information available accurately and promptly to the passengers. The NTS gets update as soon as the time for train movement is marked by section controller in COA. So as soon as the section controller enters the timing of a train in COA, the NTS will be updated accordingly. Train signal register is available using COA at 600 plus locations, and COA implementation has been done in all divisions of the Indian Railway. Now we have a look at the integrated coaching management system. Challenges are online punctuality analysis and monitoring. So whatever punctuality analysis and monitoring is required, it can be done using ICMS. Then online asset failure reporting and analysis can be done. Online coach holding and utilization. What is the coach utilization and holding? That can be known. Maintenance of train master over Indian Railways to avoid any duplicity. And strong challenge in terms of improved coach and loco reporting, caution order digitalization, and master data management can be done using ICMS. Objective is online monitoring and reporting of punctuality performance, the passenger carrying trains, digitalization of all operational activities related to locomotives, coaches, and trains. It also has seamless integration with the other applications. So other applications like COA, NTS, they are integrated with ICMS. Centralized data entry and reporting is an integrated application framework which can seamlessly integrated with COA, TES, FIS, reservation system, coaching maintenance management, train scheduling system, crew management system, and TT lobbies. So, lot of integration has also been done. So, this is one of the modules. PAM is the punctuality analysis and monitoring module, which provides various functionalities and reports for monitoring the punctuality performance of passenger trains. There is another module which is called COIS, Coaching Operation Information System module. It captures all operational activities of coaches and trains. And utility and mail module is also there. Utility application facilitates the user in submitting feedbacks, ICMS user management, etc. And separate mailing facility has also been provided to facilitate communication among the various IECMS users. The passenger loco module, it captures all operational activities of locos under passenger service. Then zonal and divisional power controllers, they use this passenger loco module. And loco module is integrated with FOIS also. That is the Freight Operation Information System for shading, shed out, and service exchange. So, a lot of locomotives, their service is changed from passenger to goods or from goods to passenger. So, that can be done because the system is integrated with FOIS. Now, ICMS module are integrated with following important systems of Indian Railways: COA, NTS, FOIS, PRS. CMM is the coaching maintenance management. Then this is a software Satsang, software aided train scheduling and network governance. This is for timetabling basically. Crew management system, parcel management system, and computerization of TT log. MIS reports can be generated. using ICMS modules. All these MIS reports like data reports, user performance reports, all these reports can be generated. These reports are very important for monitoring, analysis, and early decision making. What are the benefits? Improved accuracy, single point of data entry. This centralized reporting is there. Trend analysis of past years can be done, and the caution order can be printed using this system. Caution orders, instead of being prepared manually, they can be printed using this software. Timetable integration and distribution can be done. Reduced efforts in timetabling activities. Automatic generation of tentative routes and uniform, non-redundant train master data management can be done. Automation by accurate coach reporting. Automated system generated VG. VG is vehicle guidance, which is provided to the crew and guard. The abolition of manual coach census can be done. Process of sending actual physical coach number to PRS is not required. Can be done through the software. Improved passenger loco reporting can be done. And only online FTR trains coaches booking can be done. FTR is the trains or the coaches which are privately booked by some of the customers. That booking can also be done. Then integrated applications, there are 20 plus integrated applications, 400 plus terminals, and help desk is available around the clock, 24/7. And there is a real-time train information system also. Automatic acquisition of train movement data on Indian Railways for providing operational efficiency and quality of train positioning information for passenger ease. It can be done using this. Emergency messaging from loco pilot to control room is to be done. Then automatic plotting of control charts, thereby reducing the possibility of human errors. So the information which is fed in for printing for plotting of control charts, so manual information is needed to be entered. If we are using the software, real-time train information system, all the information they can be entered automatically. Then it provides reliable train movement updates and automatic acquisition of train movement data on Indian Railways. What are the objectives? Automatic acquisition of train movement information through satellites. It is done. Installation of a device in locomotives to detect position and speed. So a device is installed in the locomotive to detect the position and the speed of the trains. Middleware application software to send the train movement updates. Provision of transferring updates over a dedicated satellite-based communication channel is done. And shifting the dependency of train movement control on the information manually relayed by the station master, section controllers, to automatic satellite-based real-time train information. So information which was relayed manually by the station masters to the section controllers, now it is being captured using satellite communication on real-time basis. Smart locomotive device, this device which is called Gagan, GPS-aided geo-augmented navigation system. It is used to capture loco position, satellite communication, receivers they are employed for the real-time satellite communication. External antenna is available in the outdoor unit mounted on loco rooftop. Provision to support for IRNSS. Indian Regional Navigation Satellite System is also available. The satellite transporter and hub has been located in CRIS. CRIS is the Center for Railway Information System. So its data center is having a satellite transponder and hub to receive movement updates through satellite communication. So this is the picture of the transponder and hub at CRIS. Then focus on train speed and location. The application software and loco device determines train movement events, all the arrival, departure, run through using a predefined logic based on spatial coordinate. The train speed is received continuously every 30 seconds from Gagan receiver. It is integrated with COA. The events along with position, locations, updates are communicated to a central location server using satellite as well as 4G, 3G mobile data server. CLS hosted in CRISP processes the received data and relays it to control office application. CO is also already integrated with NTES, so accurate real-time information is available to the passenger. So using by integration of RTIS, COA and NTES, the real-time information is available to the passengers. Then loco device health monitoring and SOS can also be done. Configuration management system is utilized to monitor the health of the locomotive also. And emergency messaging between loco driver and control office is possible. Any loco pilot has to send any emergency message to the control office. It can be done using this RTIS. These are the units, indoor unit and the outdoor units which are used for this RTIS in the Gagan module. Benefits is automation, automatic control chart plotting can be done, real-time loco tracking can be done, accurate punctuality monitoring can be done, then better planning can be done through updated real-time information, and it also leads to optimum crew booking. 50 lakh plus location updates are received, and locomotives covered are 2700 plus. And events generated for arrival, departure or through, they are 2 lakh plus. So these are some of the statistics. So these are, this is about the IT applications, some of the main IT applications which are used in operations. This is all from my side. There are some questions in the chat box. I'll take them. What is 1 in 16 turnout? 1 in 16 is the deviation. So if you look at a point in a yard, the turnout is used to change the direction of a train. If a train has to be diverted from one track to the other track, a point is used and a point or turnout is used. So turnout is the deviation, the 1 meter deviation in 16 meters. So a 1 in 16 turnout, it will give deviation of 1 meter to the train after a length of 16 meters. 1 in 16 turnouts, they are having more speed as compared to 1 in 8.5 train, 1 in 8.5 turnouts, which are the other turnouts used. So they can provide better speed on the turnouts. Sir, if we increase permissible moving dimensions, won't it affect the signals and all which are placed on the side of the track? Yes, of course. Whenever, if we want to increase the moving dimensions, we'll have to shift the signals also. That's why it is a very costly proposition. It cannot be done easily. So increasing the moving dimensions, it may not only involve shifting of all the signals, it may also increase, say,